the ethical North Star for I guess I would say, communist countries and capitalist countries is the same, which is to maximize liberty. At least that's what they would argue. In general, I think there are three types of societies throughout history: the honor society, the religious society, and the liberty society. And the fundamental question is, who would you die for? What is good? What's the good life? What's ethical? Who gets to make those decisions? So in honor societies, that's your kind of classical Achilles, barbarian tribe sort of thought, where what's good is what's good for the tribe. And generally what's revered is honor, right? Glory in battle, whatever is making the tribe strong. So that can be, yes, obviously being a great warrior makes the tribe strong because you're protecting from outside threats. Very good. But also, hey, if you're making food, making armor, like any of those things that are benefiting the tribe, that's like the right and ethical thing. Not a whole lot of honor societies around these days. Certainly there are aspects here and there, but for the most part, that's in the past. The next is religious society. Lots of societies throughout history have been religious societies. What's good, what's ethical, what's just, whatever the will of God is. And we are going to kind of structure our society around that. So that medieval Europe is an example of a good religious society. All sorts of ancient peoples were very, very religious, and that sort of was the founding tenet of how society was structured. Obviously, we still have modern days examples of religious societies, though less. It's not as extreme as probably medieval Europe, but there are maybe the Taliban would be an example. And then we have liberty societies, and that's if you're watching this, that's probably the society that you mostly live in. What's good, what's just, whatever maximizes human liberty, makes sort of that I have that ability to, make my life personally better, and we're fighting for freedom, that sort of thing. But what's really interesting is that can take a different way from a different policy, and the ethical thing is different. So for example, the Marxist would say capitalism, we need to have less capitalism because capitalism is making people not have freedom. You're a slave to your capitalist masters. And so we need to remove capitalism so that people can maximize the liberty they have in their life. And then you have people who are in our sort of modern capitalist society say, no, we need to have the most capitalism so people have the most resources so they can maximize the liberty in their life. So the ethical North Star for I guess I would say, communist countries and capitalist countries is the same, which is to maximize liberty. At least that's what they would argue philosophically between Marxists and capitalists. They're sort of arguing the same North Star, which is that maximizing liberty. Of course, the outcomes are polar opposites, what the policies are. But they're all liberty societies in that sort of liberty and justice and, the rights of man sort of historical context. So that's the idea of the three different types of societies.